Hello friends, in this chapter we are going to discuss the employment practices in US and China. In the previous video we have discussed the employment practices in Europe, and in its previous video we have discussed the employment practices in India and other countries. So in the continuation we are going to start with the employment practices in US and China. In this video, we will discuss the major American national cultures, HRM other employee related values and practices, HRM in US and China, and a snapshot. So starting with the United States of America, first we will discuss the brief introduction of the American economy. The United States of America, commonly referred to the United States or America, are simply the states. The US is a country of 50 states covering a vast swath of North America, with Alaska in the northwest and Hawaii extending the nation's presence into the Pacific Ocean. It is the fourth largest country by area and third largest country by population. Population is 317.8 million. The economy of the United States is highly developed and mixed. It is the world's largest economy by nominal GDP and net wealth, and the second largest by purchasing power parity. It also has the world's eighth highest per capita GDP, which is calculated as nominal rate, and the 10th highest per capita GDP on purchasing power parity in 2019. The national culture of America. The culture of the United States of America is primarily of Western origin, but is influenced by multicultural ethos that includes American, Native American, Asian, Pacific Island, and Latin American people and their cultures. Americans, for example, maintain fairly direct eye contact when conversing with others. America may be divided into 50 states, but many areas are culturally similar. In his fourth book, American Nations: A History of the 11 Rival Regional Cultures in North America, award winner author Colin Woodward identifies 11 distinct cultures that have historically divided the United States of America. The USA, due to its immense size and diverse heritage, has one of the most complex cultural identities in the world. Millions of immigrants from all over the globe have journeyed to America since the Europeans discovered and colonized the land back in the 17th and 18th century. Ethnocentrism, that its prevalence is in US culture, ethnocentrism is judging another culture solely by the values and standards of one's own culture. Now, coming on the basic human resource management practices in US, the recruitment system is neither strongly career based nor position based. Selection method and selection criteria in US is extensive interview and prefer experience, because it is usually affected by the covered by the private sector companies, so they are working as the profit motive. Therefore, they prefer the talent pool which is experienced and have the vast knowledge of their expertise. Training and development given according to needs of employees and requirement of a specific post. Training expenditure allocated per employee is on average 724 US dollar. On average, employees undertake 130 hours of training per year. ASTD motto is through exceptional learning and performance of individual and give compensation and promotion according to performance. Employee relations are anti-trade unions. There is no trade unions. So the sometimes it is blamed that there is no protection of the employee welfare. They prefer HRM policies and practices maintained by the government. So the government is the only owners, owner of the human resource management practices. Recruitment system is compensation and promotion. Reward system is performance oriented. Status is based on how well people perform their functions. Qualifications are the key determinant of promotions. No formal restrictions to promotion between hierarchical grades. Balance sheet approach, compensation practice. This approach provides incentives such as mobility, premium, allowances, etc. The drawback of this approach is that it is costly to initiate. Other human resource and employee related practices are prefer participative leadership style, live more easily with uncertainty, value punctuality and believe time is money, emphasis on innovation and entrepreneurship, educated and well trained professionals, go for it is attitude, dislike trade unions, persistence and result oriented is the performance of the employee in the America. The snapshot. Reward system is performance oriented. Business culture is anti-trade union. Dislike rules and regulations. Use of MBO is common. Ethocentric policies. Host country legal requirement implemented. Long-term commitment. All these we have discussed in the video when I was talking about the Hofstede model. So then if you want to go in detail, you can refer my video Hofstede model. There I have discussed all these points in very detail. Now coming on the China. China, officially the People's Republic of China, is a country in the East Asia. It is the world's most populous country with a population of around 1.428 billion in 2017, covering approximately 96 lakh square kilometer. It is the world's third or fourth largest country by area. Capital is Beijing. Area is, as I have already told, 96 lakh square kilometer. Population is 139.27 crore as the World Bank data in 2018. President is Xi Jinping. Gross domestic product is 13.61 lakh crore US dollar by World Bank 2018 predicted data. You can see in this figure by 2020, Chinese consumption will have grown by $2.3 trillion even if GDP grows slow to 5.5%. But unfortunately, when this data was published, after that there came the situation of COVID-19, and in this pandemic situation, the prediction of growth rate in America and the whole world has got drastic change, and it is about to either in negative or about to 0% or 1%. So I don't think that this may become the reality of this figure. China employment laws are is deemed to have the following characters among others. A very strict termination system is there. The existence of local policies and rules beside the national laws which differ in the approach to the same issues, and varying court and arbitral tribunal interpretations of the same legal issues. The two China employment laws that all foreign investors must consider before commencing a business in the country are 1995 Labor Law of the People's Republic of China and 2008 Labor Law Contract Law of the People's Republic of China. These are two laws which you have to refer whenever you are going in China. Employment law and supplementing policies applicable to any business in the country including the following: Law of the People's Republic of China on labor dispute mediation and arbitration, Employment Promotion Law of the People's Republic of China, Labor Union Law of the People's Republic of China, Law of the People's Republic of China on Work Safety, Social Security Law, opinion on several questions regarding the implementation of the labor law of the People's Republic of China, and implementing regulations for the law of the People's Republic of China on employment contracts. China Law of Employment Contract is Article 12 of the 2008. There are three types of employment contracts, such as fixed term labor contracts, open term labor contracts, and specific task labor contracts, which set the completion of specific tasks as the term of the end of the contract. In China, hiring full-time employees means each one must execute a written employment contract with the employer. It is a provision of the law and failure to comply comes with corresponding penalties and sanctions, including the following. Fines to be imposed on companies with full-time employees having no written employment contracts. An employee working for 1 month in a company without an employment contract will legally compel the employer to pay the concerned employee to double his monthly wages. In some cities, it is less than 1 month. If an employee reaches 1 year without an employment contract, the employer automatically enters an open term employment with the concerned employee where the latter must be retained by the employer until the age of retirement. And upon the employee's completion of the probation period, termination will be difficult in the absence of written contract term on termination. Termination is even more difficult to apply to employees who have open contract terms. Compulsory provisions to be included in the employment contracts are as well of 2013 regulations are name, address and ID numbers of the employee, company's name and address, company's legal representative, compensation remuneration, term, time, frame or probation period, whichever is applicable, employment or job description, employment location, work condition, for example, protection against occupation hazards and safety measures employed, provisions are working hours, leaves and rest, social insurance terms, and other than that may be required by China's dynamic labor laws. Chinese employment law in 2090s had some amendments which are in mid 2019 the Chinese government prioritized the reduction of social insurance burdens on employers. Changes in the law were made by a State Council special notice. The Ministry of Human Resource and Social Security, the State Taxation Administration, the Ministry of Finance and the National Healthcare Security Administration all backed these changes, which include reduction of the employer's maximum pension contribution from 20% to 16%, continuation of temporary employer contribution to unemployment insurance and work injury insurance, reduction of future social insurance contribution through adjusting the calculation formula for an employee's base amount, which results in lower payable contribution amounts, the mandate to substantially reduce social insurance burdens on small scale employers by not implementing large back payments orders or unpaid or underpaid social insurance contributions. This was the whole for the current lecture.